Welcome to the Explainer. The crypto markets are, well, they're getting loud, really loud. Today, we're going to break down a powerful strategy from Borgi Consulting that's designed to help you turn all that noise into a clear, actionable plan.
Okay, let's start with the headline that's everywhere. Bitcoin. It's been testing new highs, flirting with that $94,000 mark. You literally can't miss it.
But hey, it's not just the Bitcoin show. After months of being pretty quiet, some of the major altcoins, we're talking XRP, Solana, they're suddenly surging. Some are jumping like 25% in a single week. So the party is definitely getting bigger.
Now, under the surface, something huge is happening. Visa just went live with USDC settlement on the Solana blockchain for US banks. This isn't just a price thing. This is the actual plumbing of the financial system getting a massive upgrade.
And, yep, you guessed it, the institutions are back in the game. The spot Bitcoin ETFs, they just swallowed up over $1 billion in just 2 days. That's serious money flowing back into crypto. So you've got all these massive signals firing off at once, right? It's a lot. It can feel totally overwhelming, and that's when you start making emotional decisions, getting a bad case of FOMO, or just burning out. So how on earth do you build a real plan out of all this chaos?
All right, let's get into it. The solution we're going to walk through today is this framework called the Hive Block Strategy, and you should really think of it as your own personal operating system for crypto.
The big idea here, the absolute core of it, is to flip your entire mindset. You stop reacting, you stop guessing, and instead you start filtering every single piece of news through a system you've already built for yourself. And the way it does that is by giving every single asset a very specific job.
So how does this actually work in practice? Well, the whole system is built on 5 different categories or blocks that all come together to create your own personal hive.
First up, you've got the foundation, the core block. This base is only for the assets you believe in the most. We're talking about the ones you're ready to hold for the long haul, like 3, 5, even 10 years, through all the crazy ups and downs of the market.
And this is where it gets really cool. Look how this system totally reframes that 94K Bitcoin headline. It forces you to stop asking, when are we hitting 100K, and start asking a much smarter question. Suddenly, that huge price isn't about hype, it's a personal stress test for your portfolio.
Okay, next we have the innovation and yield blocks. The innovation block is where you put your experiments, the higher risk, high upside stuff. And the yield block is for assets whose only job is to generate income. Now, the key rule for both of these, they have super strict size limits, no exceptions.
So this is a really crucial point. These blocks have different jobs. When you see an altcoin like Solana or XRP go on a tear, that's a story for your innovation block. Its job is to juice your returns on top of your core, not to become your core. A big rally doesn't earn an asset a promotion.
Then there's the flow block, Tim. Now, this isn't about investing, it's all about utility. Think of this as the plumbing for your financial life. It's your stablecoins like USDC that you use to make payments, move money around, or just keep as a cash buffer.
And boom, this quote just perfectly illustrates the power of using this framework. That news about Visa isn't just a signal to go buy more Solana. It's a signal that your flow, your financial plumbing, is getting a massive upgrade. It means your money can now move 24/7, nights, weekends, holidays, no bank hours required.
And finally, the block that holds this entire thing together, the seed block. This is all about your personal security. We're talking cold storage, seed phrases, multi-sig setups. Because let's be honest, without a rock-solid seed block, the rest of this amazing strategy is basically built on a foundation of sand.
Okay, so we've got the blocks. But having the categories is one thing. You need a set of rules for how you manage everything, what goes where, and more importantly, what you do when things start to grow. Let's talk about the rules of the game.
So first up is the Hive Risk Ladder 2. This is your reality check. It's a simple, color-coded way to be honest about risk. Think of it like a traffic light. You've got your yellows for things like Bitcoin, battle-tested but still volatile. Then you've got your oranges for higher-risk alts. And the most important rule, an orange asset that rallies 30% doesn't magically turn yellow just because you're feeling good about it. The risk is still the risk.
Okay, but what happens when you're right? What happens when you get a big win? That's where the 4 flow routes come in. This is your pre-planned playbook for taking profits. So instead of making stuff up when you're feeling euphoric, you already have a plan. Some goes to cash, some goes to strengthen your core, some gets set aside for new experiments, and, this is key,
Some of it actually goes to your real life. Now, this whole system is really powerful, but here's the catch. It's completely useless until you build it on a personal foundation. And that starts by answering 3 really specific questions for yourself.
First, and this is the big one, why are you even in crypto in the first place? What's your fundamental goal here? Are you trying to preserve wealth? Are you speculating? Are you trying to build on a new financial system? You have to define your why.
Second, what phase are you in right now? The framework calls this your corner. So are you in a build phase where you're accumulating assets? Are you in an optimize phase where you're just tweaking your positions? Or are you in a harvest phase where your main goal is taking profits? Your actions have to match your phase.
And third, you have got to be brutally honest with yourself about your stress limit. What is the actual dollar amount or the percentage drawdown that would genuinely cause you to lose sleep and start messing with your real-world life? You have to know that number.
Because, let's be real for a second, without having clear answers to those 3 personal questions, all the chatter online about alt season is just noise. It's a distraction, not an opportunity, because you don't have a system for processing what it actually means for you.
So what the Hive Block Strategy Pro really offers is a way to create order out of all that chaos. It's a method for taking market shocks, whether they come from price, new tech, or big money, and turning them into structured inputs for a plan you've already built. It gives you a system to follow when things get loud, instead of just reacting to the noise.